And we welcome you back to the Thomas M. Garrity Athletic Complex in Jersey City for Game 2 of our NJAC doubleheader between the Ospreys of Stockton and your NJCU Gothic Knights. The Ospreys won Game 1, 1-0 in a true pitcher's duel. All 5 pitchers who threw, 2 for Stockton, led by Ray Hughes, who got his 4th win of the year, and all 3 for the Knights, Ian Ambrose, Kyle McCabe, Sean Gibney, all part of a true pitcher's gem in that one. But Stockton got a solo home run, and that was the lone run in the game. Game 2 will feature 2 new pitchers. Of course, it'll be Gavin Nyland making his first home start for the Gothic Knights. The sophomore out of Paramus will face a newcomer in Sean O'Rourke. O'Rourke, a freshman left-hander at a Little Egg Harbor in South Jersey, a graduate of Pinelands High School. Let's take a look at the lineups for both teams in game number 2. And for both teams, they're fairly similar to game 1. For the Knights, it's basically identical. Tom Pulsini will lead off and play third base. Jesse Kraft bats second and plays center field. Nick Legato is the shortstop hitting third. And Juan Pena is the right fielder and the cleanup hitter. Matt Corsi is the second baseman hitting fifth. Ricky Voss is the first baseman batting sixth. Brian Batista is the lone change. He's the designated hitter, and he will bat number 7 with Leo Colon, who had 3 hits in game 1, batting 8th in left field, and Anthony Palmisano behind the plate batting 9th. For Stockton, now 13-4 on the year, they snapped a 4-game losing streak with the game 1 win. J.J. Swenkowski will lead off at third base. Brendan Doherty is the center fielder. He moves over from right field where he played game number 1. John Perino bats third. He moves from first base to right field for this game. And Austin Ganella will move up 1 spot in the order. He'll be the first baseman and the cleanup hitter. Joe Piper will be in left field, and he will continue to be the lone steady presence in the outfield, staying in his spot. He bats number 5. Garrett Reddy, who was the DH in game, or the catcher in game 1, will be the DH in game 2, and he'll also move up in the lineup to the number 6 spot. Meanwhile, Anthony Napoli will be the shortstop batting 7th. We'll have a new catcher. It'll be Brandon Gomez. He will bat number 8, and then the second baseman will be Mike DeCenzo, and he will bat number 9. Let's take a look at the numbers on the years for both teams here. And we have updated stats online, by the way, now, for those who are interested. So for NJCU, Gavin Nyland out of Paramus Catholic High School. He is a transfer, a Division II transfer from St. Thomas Aquinas. And looking at Nyland's numbers on the year, this will be his 3rd start, his 4th appearance. And he right now is NJCU's winningest pitcher. He's 2-0 on the young season. 3.38 ERA. In 10.2 innings, he's allowed 4 earned runs and 9 hits. A very good strikeout-to-walk ratio, 10 Ks, and just 2 walks on the year. A .237 opposing batting average, and for NJCU, he is their number 2 pitcher behind Fernando Guerrero. Ian Ambrose, who's technically the number 3 for the Knights in their pitching rotation, what a great game for him. Allowed just 1 run, did not walk a batter. Meanwhile, let's look at the summary for O'Rourke. Again, a freshman in the NJAC pitching rotation for Stockton. He's thrown well so far. 2 appearances, both starts. He has a 2.25 ERA. No wins or losses yet on the year. No decisions that he has factored into. 8 innings. He's allowed just 2 runs, both earned, 7 hits, 3 strikeouts with 4 walks, and a .259 opposing batting average. So don't be shocked if we have another pitcher's duel, as NJCU and Stockton play the second of 18 NJAC games, as the teams will wrap up the month of March with 9 more innings. The first game moved along 2 hours and 16 minutes, and we've sat out here for some doubleheaders that have taken 9 hours, so a 2-hour, 16-minute game 1 is a welcome sight. We'll take a quick break and be with you for first pitch It'll be Gavin Nyland against Shauna Rourke, NJCU, Stockton, Game 2 coming up.
Hit the lights and hit it right. Took everything, ain't nothing left. Count your blessings, count your steps. At your throat like we that strap. It's way too cold under this flesh. All we ball, but we don't mesh. All we drink, leave us a mess. Down all my drills of this old news. I'm with a hero, been with nudity. Them the ones you see, man, when they all leave. The Glock on tiptoe, Glenwood with Chevy. They already know it's not too many. About to click though, been busy. Chasing up the paper, come and get me. Like I'm sick though, sipping plenty. We been outside, going in. Century, doing something mean to it, do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it, scream from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power. The system broken, the school's closed, the prison's open. We ain't got nothing to lose. Everybody we roll. Everybody we roll. With some light-skinned girls and some jelly rolls. In this white man world, we the ones chosen. So good night, cool world. I see you in the morning. I see you in the morning. This is way too much. I need a moment. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking. I just count the hours. Stop tripping. I'm tripping off the power. Till then, that the world's ours.
Now batting the third baseman, number 21, J.J. Sinkowski.
So as we get set here for game number 2, it'll be Gavin Nyland throwing against J.J. Swinkowski. And first pitch is a called strike. Swinkowski 1 for 3 in our first game today. That's a strike as well. The 0-2 just missing high. Gavin Nyland, a sophomore, 6'1", 175 pounds, out of Paramus, New Jersey, and Paramus Catholic High School. That's fouled away. And it remains 1-2. Home plate umpire in this game will be Luis De Luis. Frank Mercado now moving to the field umpire. Swung on and missed. Got him with the slider. So Swinkowski down on strikes. That will bring up Doherty, now playing center field after starting the day in right field. He was 2 for 4, one of 2 Stockton players, along with Austin Ganella, who had 2 hits in the opening game. In the first pitch, ground ball up the middle. Going a long way as Nick Legato reached out, couldn't get there, and it's a 1-out base hit for the Ospreys.
Now batting the right fielder, number 25, John Perino.
So after a single up the middle, Doherty at first, Perino now playing right field. Ground ball. That's going to hit the batter, runner I should say, and he is out. And that's a big break for the Knights. So that's a base hit for the batter, but Doherty is out, 4 unassisted, as he is hit by a batted ball. Haven't seen that in a while. And that's a big break because I don't think Corsi was going to get through. I think that was going to slip through the right side. So now 2 away, and Ganella, who homered in game number 1 for the lone run, an 0-1 count. Swung on and missed as that curve drops in, and it's 0-2. Ira Thor with you live on Gothic Vision. We are at the Thomas M. Garrity Athletic Complex in Jersey City. Low and outside 1-2. Jeanine Moseti is our director. Nina Carbonero is on the scoreboard in PA, and braving the elements on the third base side, Angelo Romano on camera. That's outside 2-2. I say on camera, he's the only one who's on a manned camera. Our other 2 cameras are all, well, they're all robotic, basically. The 2-2 popped in the air. Shallow right. Pena comes in at the last second. He had to lean a little bit, but able to make the catch. Pena, sure-handed right fielder. And a couple hits for Stockton, but nobody gets past first base as we head to the bottom of the inning.
You want it down in the 6. You want to lean for the kiss. You said I'll probably send you some pics. And I'm like, hell no, been waiting too long. Hell no, I want that cool love. Hell no, been waiting too long. Hell no, I want that cool love. Body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding all my innocence. Just hit the pedal. If things go wrong, it's just incidental. My bad, never got the memo. That you never have fun while you're in the limo. Yeah, you wanna ride in 6. You wanna down in 6. You wanna leave for the kiss. You said I'll probably send you some pics. And I'm like, hell no, been waiting too long. Hell no, I want that cool love. Hell no,
Now batting the third baseman, number 27, Tom Moseti.
So we head to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Pulsini, Kraft, and Legato due up. And the first pitch, Pulsini swings at, grounded to DeCenzo, and that's a 4-3 put out for out number 1.
Now batting the center fielder, number 2, Jesse Kraft.
So Tom Pulsini 0 for 3 now on the day, and Jesse Kraft, who went 0 for 4 in the first game, comes up. Pulsini did walk twice, so he did get on base twice in the last game. That's in the dirt. And that one nearly takes out our mic. Swung on and missed. 2-1. Two and one to Kraft, and he pops this one in the air, left or right center, I should say, on the run. Little hop there at the end. Making the catch was Perino. 2 away. So a fly out to right center.
Now batting.
That will bring up Nick Legato. Legato, the NJCU shortstop. I did see the Duke game last night, Nina Carbonaro. It's all about surviving and advancing. Survive and advance. And that one is in the dirt. Great teams sometimes need a little divine intervention, and the Dukies got that last night. They are still going to win the national title. You could put that one in very dark pencil, just in case you have to erase it. The 1-0. 2-0. To be honest, though, I think Gonzaga actually might win the title now the way they're playing. I had Duke all along, but I believe UNC lost. They're not that good. I had them in the final, but I wasn't too confident about it. The 2-0, that's fouled back. My original Final Four was Duke, North Carolina, Gonzaga, and Tennessee. I only have Duke and Gonzaga left. I could see Auburn. I could see Auburn getting the other way they're playing right now. The 2-1. Called strike 2-2. Yeah, you very well may see a Spokane, Washington parade, because I think Gonzaga right now might be playing better than anybody. Unless Duke figures out how not to play nail biters at the last second. 2-2. And that's lined right off the pitcher's glove. He's going to have to hurry. The flip is not in time, and Nick Legato is able to beat out the throw. O'Rourke stuck out the glove, self-preservation, and just couldn't recover in time. So Nick Legato's aboard. Juan Pena will step in. And that's lined to right field for a base hit. Legato looks back at right field, round second. He will be into third standing, and there's runners on the corners with 2 outs.
Sunday morning, man, she woke
Now batting the second baseman, number 29, Matt Corsi.
on and on about the time I had. And by Tuesday, you could say that girl was good as gone. And then when Thursday came around, I was all alone.
So Matt Corsi will step in with runners on the corners. And the first pitch is outside. Rough first game for Corsi, at least offensively, where he was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, but he was involved with 8 plays defensively. He had 4 putouts and 4 assists, and was involved with, I believe, 3 caught stealings at second base. So defensively, he dominated that first game. There goes Pena. No chance. And here comes Legato on the delayed steal. And the Knights take the lead. A delayed double steal. Juan Pena, who is 5th in the country in steals per game, picks up his 16th of the year. Nick Legato, who's probably even faster than Juan Pena, follows him home. And the Knights steal the lead. And it'll be a 2-ball count here. One nothing Gothic Knights. Of course, he swings through that one. And a ball, the count I should say, is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, he's trying to push Pena in for the second run. He will instead be on first base, first and second for Ricky Voss after Corsi draws the walk. So the Gothic Knights could not find a way to solve the puzzle of Ray Hughes, the ace for Stockton in Game 1. But they've been able to use their speed and, quite frankly, a good break, because this inning was kept alive when Nick Legato lined a single off of the glove of the pitcher. Juan Pena had a clean single, and both of them steal perfectly. We're going to have a meeting on the mound here as the Stockton pitching coach will try to settle down the young pitcher, Sean O'Rourke. There you see Matt Corsi at first and the conversation on the hill. Gothic Knight Baseball will be home again on Tuesday. That'll be a 3:30 start against Mount St. Mary. We will not have the broadcast of that one because Kane and NJCU softball are playing at the same time, so we'll have that conference doubleheader for you on the other side of the complex. And that is punched foul up the first base side. And then we'll be back on the air for baseball on Thursday when the Gothic Knights take on Rowan, who very well could be the #1 ranked team in the country at that time. I'm not voting them #1. I'm voting them actually 3rd in the last poll. I'm one of 25 of the voters nationally. I actually voted Concordia Chicago #1 and Swarthmore, who NJCU lost 4-3 on the road. I had them #2, with Rowan 3rd and Trinity, Texas 4th. The 2-1 There go the runners. That's fouled away. Did that end up? Oh, it ended up being a balk. It ended up being a balk. So a balk advances Corsi to second and Pena to third. And Voss swings through that one. And now the Gothic Knights with a golden opportunity here. Pena can come through with a hit. Voss come through with a hit. Voss is the conference two-time Rookie of the Week. Swung on and missed, and O'Rourke fans Voss to get out of more serious jeopardy. So Voss goes down, Corsi and Pena stranded in scoring position, but the Gothic Knights break through first. A run on 2 hits, they strand 2, leading 1-0 as we head to the second. Second inning, 1-0 Gothic Knights as the Ospreys bat for the second time against Gavin Nyland, the sophomore for NJCU, who very well could graduate to the ace of this staff next year, as they called strike. There'll be a ball and a strike here to Piper, the 5th hitter in the lineup in this game. Piper will be followed by Reedy and the shortstop Napoli. .246 in the afternoon. Swung on and missed there by Piper. This is a time that very often the first game of a doubleheader will be ending, so the fact that we're already in the second inning, game 2. Thank you, baseball gods. Strike 3, looking Gavin Nyland with an excellent spot in the outside corner.
Batting, the designated hitter, number 8, Garrett Reedy.
Nyland with his first strikeout. And first pitch to Reedy is a ball. Reedy in game 1 was 1 for 3. Obviously, it's tough on the body to catch 2 games in a row. That's called strike 1 and 2, so he is DH here in the second game. Anthony Palmisano is going to catch both games for the Knights because they don't have a true number 2 catcher right now with Luigi Luna as back-to-back strikeouts here as Reedy goes down on strikes.
Now batting the shortstop, number 5, Anthony Napoli.
Luigi Luna was injured in the first game of the year, and he is not expected back anytime soon for the Knights. As the Gotham Knights had a pair of freshman catchers, both expected to see prominent time this year, with Jan Castellano, last year's everyday catcher, not back this season. He might come back next year, but not able to play this year. Mike Albunya could catch if they needed NJCU, and quite frankly, both Juan Pena and Leo Colon as well. So the Knights do have other options if necessary, as that is just foul down the left field line. But, you know, if Anthony Palmisano can do it, why not? Only a freshman, got a strong arm, and he has done one thing exceptionally well this year, and that is call a great game while field as well as you possibly could expect from a catcher, especially a new catcher playing his first year of college baseball. Popped in the air. Voss misread it initially, but he makes a nice adjustment, comes in with a little scoop catch using every bit of that first baseman's glove, and the pop out ends the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts, and they pop up to first base, and Stockton retired 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the second inning.
Stockton closes out the innings with no runs, no hits, and no man left on base.
Look,
The Gothic Knights
I just
still
flipped the
have the
switch.
lead, 1-0.
I don't know nobody else that's doing this. Bodies start to drop, ayy, hit the front. Now they wanna know me since I hit the top, ayy. This a rolling, not a stop. Watch, don't never stop. This the flow that got the block hot, that's super hot. Ayy, give me my respect, give me my respect. I just took it left like I'm ambidex. I moved through London with the Euro step. Got a sneaker deal and I ain't break a sweat. Catch me cause I'm gone. Out of there, I'm gone. How I go from 6 to 23 like I'm LeBron. Serving up a pack, serving up a pack. Pulling gimmicks cause they scared of rap. Ay. Funny how they shook, ay, got me shook. Pulling back the curtain by myself, take a look. Ay. I'm a bar spitter, I'm a hard hitter. Yeah, I'm light skinned, but I'm still a dart. I'm a wheel splitter, I'm a tall figure. I'm an unforgiving wild dog. Something wrong with her, got 'em all bitter. I'm a bill printer, I'm a grave digger. Yeah, I am what I am. I don't have no time for no misunderstandings again.
Now batting is number 34, Brian Batista.
Bottom of the second inning, it'll be Brian Batista, Leo Colon, Anthony Palmisano due up, the number 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Batista will be the DH in this game, and he swings and misses at the first offering from Sean O'Rourke. Brian Batista, 6 foot, 220-pound junior out of Englewood, New Jersey, a graduate of Cardinal Hayes High School in the Bronx, New York, and swung on and missed, and O'Rourke quickly ahead, 2 strikes. The 0-2, swung on and missed, and Batista swings at 3 pitches and is quickly retired.
Number 31, Leo Colon.
Batista just 1 for 7 on the year. Not a lot of opportunities, but unable to break through there. So Leo Colon, who had a great effort in game 1 with 3 hits, and by doing so, Colon was able to bring his batting average up to .324, 12 of 37 on the season. Fouls his one back towards us. Very proud of Jeanine Moseti. She did not flinch. That is what we call growth. That is, for those who are not familiar with our press box, it is literally right behind home plate, like 12 feet behind home plate. Ground ball over to DeCenzo at second base. Cologne retired 4-3, 2 away. And that will bring up Palmisano. So because of that, anytime that there's a foul ball back at the cage, it is literally like coming right at you, like, you know, like a truck on the freeway driving the wrong direction. Not that that's ever happened to me recently. And the natural instinct is to flinch, of course. And the first pitch to Palmisano is popped up foul. Unfortunately, I have actually had a vehicle come at me the wrong way on the highway, and fortunately, I'm here to tell you that story. The 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Driving to Newark, I was on, this is about 4 or 5 years ago, driving on Route 7 in Kearney. I'm going westbound. Car was going eastbound in the westbound lanes. And by quick reflexes and a little help from man above, was able to get out of the way. Or I would not be telling you this story right now. 3 balls, 1 strike here to Palmisano. Ground ball coming in is Napoli, and just in time able to throw out Palmisano as the Gothic Knights go 1-2-3 here in the second inning. They lead 1-0 as we head to the third.
The second inning comes to a close as the Gothic Knights have no runs, no hits, leaving no one on base. They keep the lead 1-0.
So far away. When everything starts to fade, you don't have to be afraid. No.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Now batting the catcher, number 3, Brandon Gomez.
Final in game 1 in softball, Rutgers Camden defeated NJCU by a score of 10-0. First pitch here in the third. And Gavin Nyland is quickly there on the bunt attempt by Gomez. The catcher batting for the first time today. Bunts out.
Now batting the second baseman, number 1,
1-3.
DeCenzo.
So we didn't even get to tell you much about Gomez. It happened so fast. DeCenzo, the second baseman, will be due up. He's the number 9 hitter in the order today in our second game. DeCenzo in our first game today was 0 for 3. That's in the dirt, 2-1. Ground ball, Matt Corsi is there. Now 2 away. So that will bring up the top of the order to
Now batting, the third
Swenkowski.
baseman, number 21, J.J. Senkowski.
Swenkowski struck out his first time up. In the Rutgers-Camden game, that was a 5-inning game as Camden was able to enforce the 8-run rule. They had a run in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. 10 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The Gothic Knights, no runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. Two hits from Emma Herrick in that one. NJCU's ace, Christina Mezzi, will pitch game 2. She threw a no-hitter on Thursday. Nina, you tried to catch that ball? Did you make the play? You know, if you touch that ball with your hands in baseball, it's not a red card. I didn't know you had a glove hand. That's 3-1. So Nyland with 2 outs here, facing Swenkowski, deals, and that's line. Polsini can't find it and will have to eat it. That will be a base hit. So that is a single to third base. Third hit for Stockton.
Now batting,
NJCU has 1 run and 2 hits.
Brendan Dougherty.
Polsini's had some fielding issues the last couple games, but at the hot corner with one coming at you with that velocity, can't count that one against him. So Polsini now on the infield grass, and in a much better spot, he gobbles it up, and on the next opportunity, Polsini throws out Doherty, and the inning comes to a close. So a 5-3 ground out. Swenkowski stranded at first base, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on as we head to the bottom of the third. Game 2, 1-0 Gothic Knights.
Gothic Knights still have the lead, 1-0.
Get menacing, frightening, find hope. Sometimes I scare myself. Tweaking off that 2CB, huh? Is he gonna make it TBD, huh? Daughter's gonna run, DMC, huh? I done died and lived again on DMT, huh? See, this the type of high that won't come down. This the type of high that get you gunned down. Easy trolling OD, huh? Turn TMC to smack DVD, huh? Russell Simmons wanna pray for me too. I'ma pray for him cause he got me too. Thinking what if that happened to me too? Then I'm on E-News. Could get menacing, frightening, find help. Sometimes I scare myself. Could get menacing, frightening, find help. Sometimes I scare myself. Hey, hospital bed on the bed.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 27, Tom Posey.
So Tom Polsini leads off with a high hopper off of first base for a base hit. Polsini with a rip down the first base line, hits the bag high and hard,
Now batting,
and he's
the
aboard.
center fielder, number 2, Jesse Kraft.
We would replay that one, Jeanine. I'll take a look at that one. Our next opportunity. Jesse Kraft is due up. See if we can see the ball carom off the bag. First pitch to Kraft is wide. It's right, covered up right by the score bug. Might be able to see it from the alternate camera. One 1-0 pitch here to Kraft. They again check on Pulsini. There goes Pulsini. The throw is wide of the bag, so Pulsini will steal second. Looks like our other camera is down right now. I'll have to take a look at that in between innings. Yeah, looks like the power's out on the other ones. We'll have to check that later. That's too bad. We've had a good angle on that. 3-1. You do have it? Oh, let's take a look. Next pitch, we'll take a look at that high hopper off the bag. There you go. It's pretty good. It's got a preview. Ground ball. Oh, and caught off second is Pulsini. And it's dropped by the second baseman. Pulsini is out. So 1-4-5. And Kraft reaches on the fielder's choice. O'Rourke with a great job of fielding his position. And Pulsini, an unlucky break there. So Nick Legato now up with 1 out. There goes Kraft, and he will slide in safely with NJSU's second steal of the inning. So they get the runner back in scoring position. And Legato in the air, straightaway center field, out number 2.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 13.
That brings up Juan Pena with 2 outs. And that's grounded up the middle for a base hit, and this will score a run. Kraft around third. He's on his way home. It's an RBI single for Juan Pena, and the Gothic Knights lead 2-0.
Sunday morning, man, she woke up.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Juan Pena with his 13th RBI of the year to match Matt Corsi for the team high. And Jesse Kraft scores his 12th run of the season.
You could say that girl was good as gone.
And Juan Pena is going to escape. So that actually will go down as a pickoff for Pena, but the Knights with a break. They check on him again, but this time not as unsuccessful. A failed pickoff. Can Pena? Oh, this time they get him. 1 to 3 to 6. One to 3 to 6 to 1. And who applied the last tag there? That was Napoli. So it becomes 1 to 3 to 6 to 1 to 6, and this time they do get Pena picked off and caught stealing. So Pena leaves Corsi left at the plate, but he gets the job done with an RBI single, and the Knights lead 2-0 as we head to the fourth.
Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. Pop it, drop the top, play hide and seek. Jump inside, jump straight to the
Now batting, the right fielder, number 25, John Perino.
Welcome back to the top of the fourth inning. 2-0 Gothic Knights. Gavin Nyland throwing well for NJCU. In 3 innings, he's allowed just 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, no walks. It is a 2-0 count here. Facing Perino, the number 3 hitter in the lineup in this game, now playing right field. Top of the fourth, Nyland deals. That's a fastball for a strike. Fouled off. 3-2. Grounder back to the mound. I think it's fouled off. And that's me a ground ball towards shortstop. Legato's there. His throw is in time as Voss keeps his foot in the bag.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 4, Austin Ganella.
So a 6-3 ground out. That brings up the hero of game number 1, at least from an offensive point of view, in Austin Ganella, now the first baseman. He had a solo home run, the only run in a pitcher's duel in our opening game. Gavin Nyland drops in a strike. The 1-2, swung on and missed. Strike 3 swinging. And now 2 away.
Number 20, Joe Piper.
Strikeout number 4 for Gavin Nyland. And with 2 outs, it brings up the left fielder, Joe Piper. Curveball for a strike by Gavin. And that's line just inside the left field line for a base hit. All the way to the corner, it will roll. Retrieved by Leo Colon, but Piper aboard with a 2-out double. So Piper with a double down the left field line, and with 2 outs, it'll bring up the DH Reedy. Reedy, junior out of Tinton Falls, New Jersey, Monmouth Regional High School. Same school as Ricky Voss, the NJCU first baseman. Reedy trying to cut into this 2-0 Gothic Knight lead here in the 4th inning. And first pitch in the dirt, Palmisano keeps it in front of him. In the dirt, you could hear the action on that one. That's fouled away. Up first base side. 2-2. Lined, Legato knocks it down, recovers, his throw to first is in time. Of Voss again keeping the toe on the bag, and on the 6-3 ground out, the inning is over and Piper stranded at second. No runs, 1 hit, a double by Piper, and the Gothic Knights continue to lead 2-0.
One hit and left one man on base. The Gothic Knights keep their lead 2-0.
Everybody's going to the party, have a real good time. Dancing in the desert, blowing up the sunshine.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 29, Matt Corsi.
Sunday morning, man, she woke up fighting mad. Bitching and moaning on and on about the time I had.
And Matt Corsi leading off the fourth inning, who was stranded at the plate when Pena was picked off in the bottom of the third. Doesn't spend as much time at the plate as he lines the first pitch to left field for a base hit. So that will bring up Ricky Voss. Check on the runner, and Corsi gets back standing. Game number 1 today, Voss was 0 for 4 with a strikeout. That's in the dirt. Corsi takes off. He'll advance on the wild pitch. So it'll be 2 balls here to Voss. And chops this one up the first base side, foul. Two balls, 1 strike. Nobody out here in the 4th. And Voss hits this one in the air to deep right center field. How far is that gonna go? Ricky Voss goes yard. It's Voss mode, and the Gothic Knights lead 4-0. Ricky Voss with his second home run in 3 games.
Now batting the designated hitter, number
Both of them are
34,
2-run
Brian
shots,
Batista.
and the Gothic Knights lead grows. So Brian Batista will step in with the lead now, 4-0, looks at a couple of balls. Where Voss hit that, we're talking about probably about 390 feet. That's just to clear the fence, and it was way over the fence, so that's at least a 400-foot shot by Voss, if not more. We'll take a look at that home run in just a moment. The 2-0 to Batista. I guess the count was wrong on the board. It actually was 3-0, and that becomes a 4-pitch walk. Let's take a look at the home run. Do we have the full at bat? I guess we missed the swing there as we were capturing the replay.
2, 3.
We're going to have a new pitcher, and when we come back, we'll tell you about him. 4-0 Gothic Knights.
And some dancing today. Shook a tambourine.
Now pitching for the Gothic Knights is number 22, James Manos.
All along the way. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Show your alligator teeth and your crocodile style. Wait a minute, gators. Just before we go, we do the crocodile crawl. Let's get down low. On your knees and your elbows. Here we go. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Show your alligator teeth and your crocodile style. Oh, wait a minute, gators. Just before we go, we do the alligator clap 3 times in a row. Open up your jaws. Now here we go. Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Alligator, crocodile. Clap, clap, clap.
Now batting the left fielder, number 31, Leo Perone.
So that'll be it for the rookie Sean O'Rourke. The new pitcher will be James Manos, a junior right-hander out of Freehold, New Jersey, graduate of Freehold Borough High School. And Leo Colon drops down a bunt. And the throw was off the bag. And everybody is safe.
Now batting the catcher, number 14, Anthony Tomasano.
Let's go, Zeus.
Another sacrifice attempt for the Knights. In the dirt. Nobody knows where it is. There's the throw. And it goes into left field. And on the error, Batista comes home. And Stockton is throwing themselves out of the inning, literally. So after Cologne reaches on a throwing error, Batista advances to third on a wild pitch, and then he advances on a throwing error, this time by the catcher. Batista's run not earned, at least not at this moment. He did walk, so that could change. Cologne moves to second. And the Baby Shark song is now playing on the other side of the complex, so that will be stuck in my head the rest of this entire game. That's off the plate. Anthony Palmisano, by the way, is the batter. We haven't said his name yet during this at bat because so many other things have happened. Anthony Palmisano had 3-0. Give you some info on Manos in just a moment. That's high, ball 4 as he walks Palmisano, and there's runners on first and second for Tom Pulsini.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 27, Tom Pulsini.
As he called strike. Zimano's coming in 2-1. He had started 3 games. This is his 6th appearance, a 3rd time in relief, but he had a 6.28 ERA. That's wide to Pulsini. 14 and a third innings. He had allowed 10 earned runs, 22 hits with 9 strikeouts and 5 walks. A .355 opposing batting average. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Pulsini lines this one towards shortstop. 6-4, not in time, so the fielder's choice retires Palmisano.
Now batting is the center
And that
fielder,
advances
number
Cologne
2, Jesse Kraft.
on to third. That does, however, make the run by Batista earn now, because he would have been on third and would have scored on the ground out. Throw back to first, and Pulsini's in standing. First and third with 1 out, 5-0 Gothic Knights. Of course, Cologne reached on an error. He had given himself up, would have been a sacrifice. And a pitcher, the throw by the pitcher pulled the first baseman off the bag. That's wide of the plate. 1-1. That's hit in the air to right center. Carrying and settling underneath it is Perino. Cologne will score as a sacrifice fly, and the Gothic Knights, with their 4th run of the inning, they lead 6-0.
Now batting the shortstop, number 7.
So Jesse Kraft with the sac fly as he does his job. And now with 2 away, Nick Legato steps in. Legato, the 8th hitter this inning for the Knights. It all started with Matt Corsi singling on the first pitch he saw, and then Ricky Voss hitting his second 2-run homer in 3 games. One ball, or no balls, 1 strike. That's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. There goes the runner. The throw is high, and Pulsini steals second. The ball will go into center field, but Pulsini, who had to slide in, cannot advance. And another stolen base for the Gothic Knights, and another runner in scoring position. Low. Fifth stolen base of the game for the Gothic Knights. They set a single game school record on Tuesday with 9. And that's a walk to Legato.
Now batting the right fielder, number 13, Juan Pena.
So Juan Pena will be the 9th batter of the inning. That's going to be a called strike. The 0-1. And that's lined in the left center field for a base hit. Pulsini around third. He will score. Legato racing around third. He's going to give it a turn, and he will score as well. It's a 2-run double by Juan Pena, and the Gothic Knights lead is now 8-0.
Now batting the second baseman, number 29, Matt Corsi.
So all these runs are unearned. And Corsi, who started the inning, will bat for the second time. And NJCU has blown this game wide open. A 6-run inning for the Gothic Knights. Off the plate, 2-1. Now the Gothic Knights, their bats basically silenced by one of the best pitchers in the conference, Ray Hughes, in Game 1. But the Gothic Knights are probably one of the top offensive teams, not only in the NJAC, but in the region. The numbers don't lie, as that is popped foul. And you can't keep them down for a full 18 innings. I mean, unless Ray Hughes could come out and throw with his other arm. Two balls, two strikes. Well, that's wide. Three and two. And that's fought off to our right. Popped in the air. We apologize for the language from Matt Corsi. That is picked up clearly by the microphone. That's caught by the first baseman, Ganella, and the inning comes to a close. So a pop up to first base retires Corsi, but the Gothic Knights bat around. 10 men come up here in the inning. Pena stranded on second after a 2-run double. 6 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, 1 left on. It's 8-0 Gothic Knights as we head to the 5th.
I said, stop all of this, you in danger. Yeah, you in danger. I might take your little butt to Topanga. Just don't move like no balls or no stranger. No, I said bang. Boom, 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 boom. Stop, you in danger. I can take you to Topanga. Don't be my head like Jesus and Savior. No, I'm not a Topanga.
Now batting the shortstop, number 5, Anthony Napoli.
And we're back here for the 5th inning. The Gothic Knight lead is 8-0. And Gavin Nyland, the 1-0 pitch popped in the air. Matt Corsi, middle of the infield, makes the catch for out number 1.
Now batting the catcher, number 3, Brandon Gomez.
So Napoli retired on the pop-up, 1 away, and that brings up the catcher Gomez, who bunted out on his first pitch he saw in this game, and Gavin Nyland behind now 2-0. Gomez, a junior out of Jersey City, New Jersey, Ferris High School, so homecoming for him. And as I mentioned, that slips that one up the middle for the 5th hit for Stockton, and they have a 1-out base runner.
Now batting the second baseman, number 1, Mike DeCenzo.
So the number 9 hitter, the second baseman DeCenzo, now up. That is high. Delio Catino, brand new assistant coach, one of the best left-handers in school history, with us in the dugout. He's got the pitching gun, which apparently needs to be recalibrated. because Gavin Nyland's last fastball was 123 miles an hour, which is about how fast I throw. The 1-0, it's a called strike. Boy, I'm sorry, that's only when I'm playing a video game. 1-1. Sky high pop up to straightaway center field. Kraft went back initially, then came in a few steps to make the catch for out number 2.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 21, J.J.
Top of the order will be Swenkowski. The third baseman, 1 for 2 in this game with a strikeout. That'd actually be a fun exercise one of these days to have the staff go out there and see how fast we all throw. What'd you say? Oh, of course you're going to still win, man. This was your thing. Inside. I think it got him. And Gavin Nyland's arguing that one. So Swenkowski is hit by the pitch. And his runners on first and second.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 26, Brendan Doherty.
So if we went out there and had a speed contest, I think Nina could probably throw about 45. Give her 45. I think she can kick it faster, though. In the air to left center field on the run over the head of Colon, and this will score a run. It'll break up the shutout. Gomez scores. Swenkowski around third. He will score. It's a double for Doherty, and it's 8-2.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 25, John Perino.
So 2 out base hitting for Stockton, and they've cut the gap to 6. And Nyland will now face Perino. So no balls, 2 strikes. That's in the dirt, blocked by Palmisano. Update on softball, top of the 4th inning. Camden leading NJC 1-0. 1-2. Nyland deals. That's low, 2-2. You think, Nina? You think you could kick it faster than you can throw it? What about you, Jeanine? You think so as well? That's 2 for 2 with our soccer players in the box. Ground ball. Legato's there, takes his time, good throw, and the inning comes to a close. But Stockton's able to get a couple runs back on a 2-run double by Doherty, all of it coming with 2 outs after a single by Gomez. Swenkowski hit by a pitch. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 left. Bottom of the 5th coming up. 8-2 Gothic Knights.
Little bit of don't color alert. Yeah, color alert. Go get the phone when I'm calling a murder. Yeah, I come first. I want the baby come first. Yeah, I bought a clan, then one of my birds. This bigger than you. I'm taking none of the path. Making the bitch take a bath. Little bit of do the math. Look, who are you? Must be full of proof. This bigger than you. This bigger than you.
Chain so big, shoulda came with a kickstand. I got a rotate on the hit, man. Barely came up out the mud like quicksand. I show you how to get me. That's a meal plan.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 23, Ricky Voss.
Back here in Jersey City, couple defensive changes made for Stockton as Ricky Voss steps to the plate after hitting a 2-run homer in the last half inning for NJCU. Changes for Stockton, both in the middle infield, as number 2, Andrew Slinger, a junior out of Tinton Falls, New Jersey, former high school teammate of Ricky Voss out of Monmouth Regional, will be the new shortstop. And the new second baseman, we'll tell you in a moment, Voss. The 1-2 pitch popped in the air, foul, and out of play. The new second baseman will be Garrett Demarius, a sophomore out of Riverdale, New Jersey. And it looks like they also made a change at catcher in Justin Schaff, a freshman out of Toms River North High School in Toms River. So 3 defensive changes, all at the bottom of the order for Stockton. Another 1-2 pitch, and that is fouled away. So 3 changes defensively, all for the Ospreys, after they put up 2 runs to break up the shutout in the top of the 5th. And Voss asking about the location of that one, trying to learn from that at bat as he goes down on strikes.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 34, Brian Batista.
So Batista will step up. Brian Batista walked his last time up and later scored. (8-2) NJCU leads here as they bat in the 5th. And Batista blasts this one into the bay. Stockton started the year 12-0. They were actually getting votes in the D3Baseball.com National Poll. Lost their next 4. And then defeated NJCU in game 1 here, 1-0. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Gothic Knights looking for their 8th win, or correction, their 9th win in 11 games after starting the year 0-3. Really should have been 0-2. They had the first game of the year won for a 9th inning error. It cost them that game. And Batista down on strikes looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Manos. And I'll bring up Cologne.
Now batting is the left fielder, number 31, Leo Cologne.
Looks like our camera is slanted again, so I want to go up and make an adjustment in between innings. Don't know why that sucker won't stay in place. That's popped in the air, foul. I do have a solution. And it requires tape. So I will be climbing up in between innings. The 0-1. Off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm going to prepare now so I can make a quick run for it. Get my fitness in. That's popped in the air. Right side of the infield. Now drifting towards the middle and caught by the new second baseman, Andrew Slinger, and the inning comes to a close. Cologne pops up. The Gothic Knights go in order here in the 5th. They lead 8-2 as we head to inning number 6.
I'm in London, got my beat from London.
Jimmy Choo, that's on you. Diamonds on my neck, causing tears. Hopping out the jet, leers. Back here, getting wet. Here, yes, don't call me till the checks clear. They ain't talking about fast talk, running laps. Now I'm not playing it shit. Fresh vanilla sipping on, lid just picking up. Hong Kong, Morocco, I'm here. No stylish. Now I ain't playing with these bitches. They childish. Yeah, look around. They quiet. She said I ain't got no heart. Found it. I style. No stylish. No Chanel, Saint Laurent, Gucci bag. Lifestyle. No stylish. Louis Vuitton, Jimmy Choo, that's on you. Diamonds on my neck, causing tears. Hopping out the jet, leers. Back is getting wet. Here, yes, don't call me till the checks clear.
I got the game in a squeeze. Who disagree? I want to see one of y'all run up a beat. Yeah, 2 overseas, we fly right together.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 4, Austin Ganella.
Ira Thor, a.k.a. Spider-Man, back on the air here in the top of the 6th inning as we climbed up in the roof and adjusted that camera. 8-2 NJCU leads as Gavin Nyland faces Austin Ganella, the first baseman in this game. And he fouls off that one. It is 0-2. That's in the dirt, blocked by Palmisano. Inside. Two. Ground ball. Pulsini charges it. The throw is bounced and not in time. It's going to be an infield single.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 20, Joe Piper.
Seventh hit for Stockton. And that brings up the left fielder Piper, who looks at strike 1. So the leadoff runners on for Stockton here as they trail by 6 runs here in the 6th. Stockton opened the year back on February 23rd at Centenary, winning 22-4 and 3-0 and 6-0. It's a called strike. They went to 6-0 by beating Penn College 4-2 and 16-5. Then they swept Dean College 4-1 and 8-6. They beat Lancaster Bible 14-1. And then a Wesley team who NJCU also beat, that's the only common opponent, 18-12. in the air to right field. Pena now coming in as the ball changes direction, and he does a good job to recover.
Now batting, number 15, Jeff Schick.
So we'll have a pinch hitter for Reedy, and it'll be number 15, Jeff Schick. He's a junior out of Marlton, New Jersey, and Cherokee High School. The 0-1. And the throw back to first to check on Ganella. Stockton, in another common opponent, lost as Schick swings through that one. Twice to Swarthmore and twice big. 13-0 and 19-4. NJCU also lost to Swarthmore, but that was a 4-3 game in which the Knights on the road left 12 men on base, including the tying run in the 9th inning, and Schick is down 1, 2, 3 pitches. So a strikeout by Gavin Nye for out number 2.
The shortstop, number 2, Andrew Slinger.
So that will bring up Slinger, his first at bat of the game, with a runner on first and 2 outs. In the dirt, the throw to second base. Oh, what a throw by... No way, what a throw by the NJCU catcher, Anthony Palmasano. That tag looked pretty good to me. But the field umpire says safe. And on the wild pitch, a break for Stockton. I thought the way that Palmasano fired that ball down to second, that Ganello was done. But a break for the Ospreys. Can they get a base hit from Slinger and narrow this gap even further? They trailed 8-0. It's now 8-2. And they do. But no, they do not, as Nick Legato, that ball tailed off at the last second, and Legato comes over, reaches up, and makes the catch as Slinger lines out. And we're back here for the bottom of inning number 6. NJCU up 8-2, and Anthony Palmasano will bat for the Gothic Knights. Palmasano 0 for 1 today with a walk. He also walked in game 1 when he was 0 for 2. Called strike as well, so it's 0-2. Manos, after a rough relief appearance as part of that 6-run 4th inning, still out there for Stockton, throwing much better. Manos so far has allowed 3 runs, none earned. Strikeout, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 1 hit. Nyland through 6 innings, thrown just 82 pitches, by the way. 2 runs, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks. 2-2 here to Palmisano. Wide, it's 3-2. The 3-2 pitch, and it's ball 4. So Palmisano behind 0-2 waits out a 6-pitch walk.
The third baseman, number 27, Tom Posini.
And that's lined through the right side for a base hit. Palmisano advances to second, and then the ball carries past the right fielder as Perino misplayed it. And Palmisano's going to try to come all the way home, and he will on the error, and everyone advances 2 bases. So not only did the ball get past Perino, he then actually had problems
Now batting,
picking it up cleanly.
number 2, Jesse Kraft.
And the Gothic Knights with a big break. That was Tom Pulsini. That was the first pitch he saw. And the Gothic Knights now lead 9-2. Dropping down a bunt attempt here is Kraft. He's going to beat it out. They were trying to squeeze in Pulsini. Either way, Kraft will take it. That's an infield single.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 7, Nick Legato.
So with runners on the corners, Nick Legato steps up. Gothic Knight lead 9-2. They now have 9 hits and have played pretty good defense in this game. No errors. And that's lined. What a catch. No, went over Swentowski's glove. He fooled me. I thought he had it. It's an RBI single for Nick Legato. And Tom Pulsini scores to make it 10-2. So the first pitch to Nick Legato.
Number 13,
What happens when you're trying to broadcast the game while looking through a double fence here? Ooh, he missed that one, but Legato did not. And he singles to left, and that's going to be it for Manos. 10-2 Gothic Knights. Kraft now at second. Legato at first. New pitcher when we come back.
Now pitching for Stockton is number 27, Andrew Longo.
Juan Pena will step in for the Gothic Knights with runners on first and second, and the new pitcher, number 27, Andrew Luongo, a freshman right-hander out of Southern Regional High School. He's from Manahawkin, New Jersey, and he fires a pitch past Juan Pena. Longo on the year, this is his 5th appearance, 4th in relief. He's struggled, a 14.04 ERA, 18.1 innings. He's given up 13 runs, 15 hits, 4 strikeouts, 5 walks, a .395 opposing batting average. And Pena is hit by that one.
Sunday morning.
And the bases are loaded.
Number 29, Matt Corsi.
Bitching and moaning on and on about the time I had. And by Tuesday, you could say that girl was good as gone.
Matt Corsi steps in, and by the way, after the hit by pitch, everything is now earned. So Matt Corsi steps in. Mike McLaughlin in the box asks for a grand slam. This will be a foul ball down the line on the run in foul territory. Making the catch is the new shortstop Slinger. Kraft, I don't know why he held up there. That was a momentary mental lapse, but his teammates said, keep on going. And that becomes a foul ball sac fly. You don't see those too often. And the NJC Gothic Knights lead 11-2. I think for a moment he thought, am I allowed to advance on a foul ball? But yes, indeed you can. So that's an RBI for Corsi, an FF6 down the left field line. RBI. Kraft advances. And now that's the first out of the inning. Ricky Voss up with 2 men on. He's already hit a 2-run homer today. One strike count here to Voss. Throw back to second, and diving in feet first is Legato. Nick Legato, he's singled. He's at first. Or second, I should say. Juan Pena was hit by a pitch. Gothic Knight lead is 11-2. The 2-run Stockton got, NJCU, they took him back with 3 runs here in the bottom of inning number 6. This is the 5th time this year and the 3rd time this week that the Gothic Knights have put up, or actually the 2nd time this week, that they've put up double figures in runs. 5th time this year, though. And the pitcher steps off. Pitch by Luongo, and Voss foul tip there. 1-2. One out here in the 6th. Gothic Knights trying to add on to a 9-run lead. Fouled off by Voss. Did Carla flinch there? Oh, so you get a redo then. you're not looking, then it doesn't count. Voss with a pop-up foul territory. Swenkowski going to give it a look, but it's in the Gothic Knight bullpen. 3 straight foul balls by Voss. Again, hit his second 2-run homer in 3 games and making a serious case for back-to-back NJAC Rookie of the Week honors. Inside, good job by Gomez to block that one. 2-2. Actually, that's a good point. It's not Gomez anymore. We have a new catcher, and it is Justin Schaff. Popped in the air. Middle of the infield, now backpedaling. Slinger makes the catch. So we will have a pinch hitter for the Knights. It'll be Ty Hawkins getting the opportunity, the junior out of Point Pleasant, New Jersey, and Manasquan High School. Hawk comes from a baseball family. His dad works for the Trenton Thunder. Hawkins hitting .222 on the year, 2 hits and 9 at-bats his first year with the program. Was in the opening day lineup, but NJCU has kind of toiled around with a number of DHs this year. Matt Corsi, Mike Albunia, Brandon Rivera, Ty Hawkins, Bill Feehan have all been DHs this season. The 1-1, Hawkins fouls this one back. You just blinked, Carla? I do smell smoke. It smells like a burning tire somewhere. The 1-2 to Hawkins. That's fouled off as well. Remains 1-2. That's either the smell of a burning tire or maybe electrical. It smells a little electrical. Is my headset on fire? That's punched foul. We did have a moment last year in the box where the amplifier actually did start smoking. It was 20-something years old. This is pretty much its way of telling us, please replace me. But we couldn't figure out where the smell was coming from until all of a sudden we saw some smoke and the amp was giving up some black smoke. And in the rare moment where I've ever shown any common sense, I didn't panic. I pulled the plug out from the wall, and that's one way to stop an electrical fire is to stop the flow of electricity. We never used that amp again. It is now in the amp heavens. That's low, 2-2. Hawkins remaining alive. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And now the speakers this year sound glorious for Nina Carbonero to announce on. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And again fouled away. Remarkably, our camera has not been hit yet. Knock on wood. It's for Micah, close enough. This is wood over here. Wood for Micah. iPhone 8. One of those has to work. Bottom of the sixth inning, 2-2. Inside, Hawkins lays off, and the count goes full. This will now be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. The longest at-bat of the day. And Hawkins pops in the air, and Slinger makes the catch, and the inning comes to a close on the pop-up to short. Good fight by Hawkins in his bid to get more time at DH. Pena, Legato are stranded on base, but not before the Gothic Knights put up 3 more runs on 3 hits. An error and 2 left on base. It is 11-2. We played 15 innings. 3 more to come. 11-2 Gothic Knights.
When I lean for the kiss, you said I'll probably send you some pics. And I'm like, hell no, been waiting too long. Hell no, I want that cool love. Hell no.
Top of the 7th inning, Gavin Nyland out there. Shaft the batter and lines this one on a 1-1 pitch. Cologne makes the catch in left.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 7, Garrett Demaray.
So the new second baseman, Garrett Demaray, even though it's spelled M-A or D-E-M-A-R-R-A-I-S, it's actually pronounced like the French way. 0-2 pitch, lines this in the center field. Kraft lays out, cannot make the catch. So it's a 1-out single for Demaray. 8th hit for the Ospreys.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 21, J.J. Sinkowski.
Swinkowski, top of the order, due up, the third baseman. And that's a called strike. Swinkowski, 1 for 2 in this game with a run scored. Ground ball, Legato, one knee. The throw is in time for the 6-3 ground out. Demaray goes to second. So that'll be it for Gavin Nyland. After a fantastic performance, head coach Jerry Smith takes the ball from his number 2 pitcher in the rotation, Kyle McCabe, who got the Ospreys out in a really tough situation for the Gothic Knights in Game 1, will be the relief pitcher as Gavin Nyland, his day comes to a close, and what an effort for him. He's still responsible for the runner on base, but 6 2/3 innings, 90 pitches, allowed just 2 runs and 8 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks. Gothic Knight getting great pitching all day long, and they lead 11-2 as McCabe warms up. We'll be right back.
On they neck, bitch, I was made inside the projects. I got crip on my set, nigga. I was really on the floor, then I woke up in the jet. Ain't never had to die, no nigga. I just might cop demons. I'm shopping at Neiman's, balling every season, feeling like I'm dreaming, shining every weekend. First time in B12, she was hanging out the roof. My BB's ice cream, I didn't even have to scoop. Got the whole universe in my ceiling, I'ma set the mood. I seen his name, looking at my neck, ooh, nigga, I was damn bad. Now I'm on a jet for real. Got all this ice on me, baby. Told my protector chill. Sending all this code in my bag. Is on X deal. I want a couple million.
Now batting is number 33, Alex Claylo.
So the new pitcher is Kyle McCabe, and he'll face a new batter in pinch hitter Alex Claylo, who's pinch hitting here for Doherty, the center fielder. Last game, McCabe came in, bases loaded, nobody out in the 8th inning after Stockton could not get down a squeeze bunt. Helped execute a pickoff at third base and then struck out the next batter. 2 quick outs and his day was done. Retired both batters he faced, or retired 2 batters, I should say, one that was inherited before Sean Gibney came in. 2-0 count. It's called strike. Claylo started game 1. He was the center fielder. That's wide, 3-1. Dave Lorber going to his bench here in the top of the 7th inning. Fouled off of Anthony Palmisano's catcher's mask. Didn't even faze him. Jeanine Moseti, my director, not understanding why that doesn't hurt. Thing's made out of Teflon. They need to make tanks out of that material. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Popped in the air, foul. Ground ball up the middle. Diving is Corsi. Could not get there. Actually, did we have a defensive change in this inning? We did have a defensive change. Brandon Rivera is now playing second base. Matt Corsi is the third baseman. Tom Pulsini's out of this game, and that is a single and a run driven in. So a single up the middle and an RBI. Desmarais scores from second. That makes it 11-3. And that is lined towards center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit on the 0-1 pitch.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 4, Austin Ganella.
Swung on and missed. And he lines this one over the glove of Legato on the 1-2 pitch. This will score a run and cut the deficit to 11-4. 2 runs in for Stockton here in the frame.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 20, Joe Piper. Now pitching for the Gothic Knights is number 11, Sean Gibney.
So a single to left center. That will score Claylo. Perino goes to second base. And we'll have a new pitcher, Kyle McCabe. A rare ineffective relief appearance for him. Sean Gibney will be the new pitcher when we come back.
Honestly, I'm trying to stay focused. You must think I got to be joking when I say I don't think I can wait. I just need it now.
So Sean Gibney, who was terrific in an inning and a third in game 1, replaces Kyle McCabe. Stockton, by the way, after losing those 2 games to Swarthmore, also lost to Cairn 10-7 and then FDU Florham 9-8. That was on Wednesday. Check swing. Piper, that's a called strike anyway. In 3 of Stockton's 4 losses, they've given up double-digit runs, and they've given up 9 or more in all of their losses. And that will continue if the Gothic Knight lead holds on. That's off the plate on the slider. That's high. 3 balls, 1 strike. By the way, McCabe, who came into the game with a 0.000 ERA, well, that is no more. In his 8th relief appearance of the year, finally gives up a run. And that's behind the batter. That will be ball 4. So the bases are loaded. Perino moves to third, Ganello to second. And
Now batting the designated hitter, number 15.
the Ospreys aren't done just yet. If they can get something going here with 2 outs in the 7th and Schick step into the plate, they can make a run at this late. Fastball on the inside corner is a called strike. Gimney deals. Swung on and missed. Schick 0 for 1, struck out his first time up, replacing the DH Reedy. That's fouled back towards us. So Schick, who came in the game as a pinch hitter, now is the DH. One ball and 2 strikes. Gibney deals. Just misses inside, 2-2. Stockton has 11 hits, now more than the Knights. Make that 12, as this is punched to the right side for a base hit. Scoring is Perino. All the runners will advance 1 base as Pena gets to it quickly. And that's going to be it for Gibney, as Jerry Smith comes out to make another pitching change. Another earned run given up by McCabe after he being perfect for the first 7 games of the year. Single to right, 12th hit for Stockton. It's 11-5. New pitcher is John Putter to try to close the door.
Now pitching for the Gothic Knights, number 37, John Putter. Batting is number 11, Joe Cashman.
So it's 11-5 now. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And McCabe is in. I should say, John Putter's in, the NJSU closer. comes out to the Ricky Vaughn intro music from the movie Major League, Wild Thing. Of course, first pitch he throws is in the dirt. Inside. Pinch hitter, by the way, is Joe Cashman. He's a senior out of Bordentown, New Jersey. Bordentown High School. High school classmate of NJCU softball shortstop Hannah Gavin. Swung on and missed, and John Putter comes in once again and is unhittable as a slider strikes out the pinch hitter, Joe Cashman, who cannot cash in.
Yeah, oh God.
Now on the strikeout, the bases are left loaded. Schick, Piper, Ganella, all stranded. Stockton is able to get 3 runs back after NJSU scored 3 in the bottom of the 6th. 3 runs, 5 hits, 3 left on base. 7th inning stretch in game 2.
90 PS, working all night, no breaks or recess. Vroom, vroom, yeah, I know my car sound like a T-Rex. I'm 23 years old and I ain't riding in the Prius. My cousin finished school, can't believe he graduated. Threw him $20,000, told his ass congratulations. Cause me, I wasn't made for that shit, but I could probably hire him and who I paid for his shit. And to all the hoes that was dissing, I pray to God that you see me. I'm on the yacht getting hella high, smoking good, that seaweed. Bad bitch, cha-cha, grabbing on her cheese, $1 million deals on my email. You mad as hell, you ain't CC. Shane all VS. If you know it's BS. Boy, I run my city. In the story, PS. All white made back. Green Bay, they pack it. Y'all thinking who's second. Remember them hard nights, me trapping. They say life's a game of check. You can play checkers all on my jacket. Cause it's dominating. We bonds away on all y'all rappers. I say, yeah, I murder that. Panamera is perfect back. Say they want beef, well, with my burger at. I got white, was serving that. I've been to jail, ain't going back. I oop, yo, off that bad boy, she throw it back. I slam dong and play Griffey up. Made back with Rick and Ross, my chain rock like I know. Jigga, that's cause I do. Shout out to my new home. That put the pink like new vote, and I thought that. New Joe. What they gon' say? I hit the pedal to that motherfucker break. Celebrate. Freaky, blood of money.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 31, Leo Colon.
I ain't tryna die young, so I ride with one. Still 10 toes down.
Bottom of the 7th inning, 3 defensive changes for Stockton. We'll tell you about them in a moment. But first, Leo Colon against Luongo. And first pitch, ground ball. Well, one of the new players will have his first opportunity, and it's a throwing error at shortstop by Cashman. So Cashman, who came in as a pinch hitter, throws away the ground ball from Cologne. There's also a new third baseman in Sean Eldridge, a freshman out of Jamesburg, New Jersey, and Monroe Township High School. Meanwhile, Alex Clelo, who started game 1 in center field, now is in center field after pinch hitting in the last inning. And that will bring up Anthony Palmisano now with a runner on first. That is the 4th error by Stockton. The 0-1 pitch. And time is called as Luongo took a while. Low. Softball update, Camden leading NJCU 3-0. They're in the top of the 5th inning on the other side of the complex. This is one of 3 weekends in the next 5 weeks where we will have multiple events going on at the same time. Next weekend, we got NJCU baseball against Rutgers Camden. Meanwhile, the volleyball team will have a tri-match at home against Newman and Sage. Could be a double play. 5-4. The throw was wide. The first baseman had to come off the bag, so it'll just be a fielder's choice. So Palmisano grounds into a fielder's choice. Cologne is retired 5-4. Now with one away, Brandon Rivera will bat for the first time after coming in place of Tom Pulsini. His day is over. Rivera is a sophomore out of Aberdeen, New Jersey, and a graduate of Matawan Regional High School. Rivera was actually the starting second baseman on day one of the season, but he has just 1 hit in 11 at-bats with 1 walk, so he is trying to find his groove at the plate. The 0-1 off the plate. Big lead by Palmisano. And he took long strides back to the bag. I think we have a new first baseman. Either that or Anthony Palmisano is just really, really, really tall. And that's lined foul. Wait for the first baseman to turn around as Stockton has no numbers on the front of their uniforms. And it's Eddie Rogan. Eddie Rogan is the new first baseman. He is 5'8" out of Barnegat, New Jersey. Anthony Palmisano is 6'3". That's fouled away. Throw back to first. The 1-2 pitch. Chopped foul yet again as Rivera just misses, and he knows it. You can see the way he reacts. To look at the right-handed hitter. And he fouls this one off again. Luongo facing Rivera. Off the plate, they're going to throw down to try to get Palmisano, who dives in safely. Two balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Knights lead by 6. In the dirt, another throw back to first. Palmisano again sliding in, this time foot first. And it's 3-2, and Brandon Rivera is staying alive. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Trying to make the most of his opportunity here. Luongo again, and this time they pick off Palmisano 1-3. So we'll remain 3-2, however, with the bases empty for Brandon Rivera in place of Tom Pulsini. And that's fouled back towards us. And this will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat with a number of throws to first base mixed in. And that's lined for a base hit for Brandon Rivera on the longest at-bat of the game, and then it's misplayed in left field. Rivera around second, on his way to third, and he will slide in with a single and a two-base error as it was missed in left field
Now batting is the
by
center
Piper.
fielder. Number 2, Jesse Kraft.
You do what you want when you cut. You do what you want when you cut. You do what you want when you got. Yeah. You do what you want when you cut. You do what you want when you got.
So Rivera with the single advances 2 bases on the error by Piper in left field. And Jesse Kraft now up. And Kraft bounces this one to third. The throw is not in time. It will score a run.
I'm about to take your girl.
It's not an error because Kraft beat it out, but the run is unearned.
Now batting the shortstop.
And the inning continues.
Nick Legato.
So Nick Legato. Gothic Knight lead now 12-5 as he fouls this one right back towards me, and I don't blink a second. And Legato in the air to deep center field. That's going to carry. Claylo is able to recover and make the catch, and the inning comes to a close on the long flyout by Legato. But NJCU gets a run back. The lead is 7. It's 12-5 as we head to the 8th.
Fighting, find help. Sometimes I scare myself.
Seventh inning,
Myself.
closed, but not before the
Get
Gothic Knights can score
menacing,
1 run off of 2 hits,
fighting
leaving 1 man on base.
Find help.
Their lead is
Sometimes
the Gothic
I
Knights
scare
now up 12-5.
myself. Tweaking off that 2CB, huh? Is he gonna make it TBD, huh? Dollars gonna run, DMC, huh? I done died and lived again on DMT, huh? See, this the type of high that won't come down. This the type of high that get you gunned down. Easy trolling OD, huh? Turn TMC to smack DVD, huh? Russell Simmons wanna pray for me too. I'ma pray for him cause he got me too. Thinking what if that happened to me too? Then I'm on E-News. Could get medicine, frightening, find help. Sometimes I scare myself. Could get medicine, frightening, find help. Sometimes I scare myself. Hey, hospital bed on 100 bands, fuck a watch. 100 grand and make your best friends turn to ops. I hear that bringing my name up a notch. Guess I just turned the crowd game up a notch. See, God really shot, but I'm really not. You know how many girls I took to the shop? And she get the A's with it, that's a 50 pop. I still bring the bag to the city yacht. Korea, I can smoke a whiskey, leave a
Now batting, number 18, Justin Schaff.
John Putter out there for another inning of work for the Gothic Knights. That's a curve off the plate. Schaff is the batter for Stockton. A 1-ball, 2-strike count to him. That's high. Schaff now catching for Stockton in place of Gomez, who started the game. In the air, down the right field line. Pena on the run. It's going to land foul. In the air, to deep left field, giving chase is Cologne, and that's going to be gone. It's a solo home run for Schaff. First one given up by John Putter, and the lead is now 12-6.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 7, Garrett Demaray.
So Stockton, after not homering since March 12th against Penn, has hit home runs, both solo shots, in both ends of this doubleheader. In the first game, it accounted for the only run. In this game, it cuts it to 12-6. That's the first home run of the season for Schaff, and the 7th by the Ospreys. So that will bring up Garrett Demaray. Called strike, 2-1. Softball game has come to a close. You get a final score in a moment. 7-0 is the final score, so Camden winning both ends of that one. And it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes over here. And that's lined. Oh, lobbed over the head, actually, of Nick Legado, who stumbled at the last second. It'll be a base hit here. Back-to-back hits. Stockton now with 14 hits. NJC with just 12. But the Knights lead where it matters. That's in the runs column. It's 12-6 after they lost 1-0 in a Game 1 pitcher's duel. That's inside. Eldridge batting for the first time. It's called strike. Sean Eldridge is 2 for 5 on the season. That works out to a 400 batting average, and Palmisano does a good job blocking that one. So softball played 2 games, starting an hour and a half after this one started. That's going to get through the left side for a base hit. 3 straight hits for Stockton. And they're not going away just yet. And the bases
now batting, the center fielder, number 33, Alex Claylow.
Are now first and second, Demaray and Eldridge. And Cleo comes up. And putter cannot work himself into a save. It's a called strike. Putter came into the game. It was 11-6. The bases were loaded. Or 11-5, I should say. The bases were loaded. So you can get credit for a save if you come in, regardless of the score, or regardless of the inning, I should say. If the tying run is on deck, it was not. But he needed the work, had not pitched since early in the week. Giving up a home run here. And then back-to-back singles. We'll see if he can get out of this frame. Still nobody out. It's a 2-2 after Cleo swings and misses at that one. The 2-2. Called. Strike three looking as John Putter is able to get Cleo looking on an inside curveball. So one away as Putter bounces back. John Putter, big member of our staff during the fall and the spring, or fall and the winter, I should say. He's actually the shot clock guru during all home basketball games. And Perino now the batter. Perino is the right fielder in this game. 2 for 4 with a run scored in this contest. Did not have a hit in game 1. Foul tip. And it's 1-1. Ira Thor with you live here in Jersey City. You're watching NJCU baseball on Gothic Vision. Game 2 of our NJAC opening doubleheader. That's line. Left center field, Jesse Kraft on the run. He makes the catch. And that's the second out. So now 2 away. It'll bring up number 16, Eddie Rogan, for the first time.
Eddie Rogan.
Senior, 5'8", out of Barnegat, New Jersey. And that's off the plate. Rogan on the year, 6 at bats, still looking for his first hit. The 1-0, and that's ground ball. Diving is Corsi, or I should say Rivera cannot get there, but Pena quickly backs him up. Rivera, a little frustrated he couldn't get there. It slipped just past his outstretched glove, but Pena backs him up, and the runners have to only advance 1 base. So, that is a single through the right side. Elrich the second, Demaray the third, and with 2 outs, the bases are loaded as the 4th hit of the inning for Stockton. Piper with a chance to make this a different ball game. It's in the dirt. Putter comes to cover the plate. No danger, though, because the runner, Demaray, is staying put at third. John Putter, Gothic Knight closer. In the dirt, the Gothic Knight short backstop likely saves them a run there, as that was able to skid through the shin guards of Anthony Palmisano. Tough one to block. 2-0 is the count. And that's ground ball and just foul. Corsi reached for it, couldn't get there, and that's because it was not in fair territory. Two and 1 is the count as NJCU trying to get out of the 7th inning. Looking to start the NJAC action this year at 1-1. The Knights were into they were in the playoff hunt until the very last couple days of the season last year. They lost a 1-run game in the opener. They had a sizable 11-2 lead, I believe it was, here in Game 2. Trying to find a way in these late innings to keep Stockton off the board. They have the bases loaded. 3-1 count here, and time is asked for by Piper. A walk would obviously force in a run. It would make it 12-7. Putter deals. And that's ball 4, and that will force in a run. So Piper gets an RBI. Eldridge, Demaray, all advanced. Demaray scoring. Nick Cesare is going to come out. Not Jerry Smith, so that's good news for John Putter. That means he'll have one more opportunity. Knowing Nick Cesare the way I do, he's likely telling John pretty straightforwardly right now, throw strikes and let's get the heck out of this inning.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 15, Jeff Schick.
I can't read lips. I've just known Nick for almost a decade, and that seems like something Nick would say. So that will bring up Schick. On the ground ball, Legato over the Rivera, and the force play ends the inning as Stockton is retired here in inning number 8. But the Ospreys do score 2 times. They cut it to 12-7. And the Gothic Knights have a 5-run lead as we head to the bottom of the frame.
Kept the bars to fill the hole. Love the lights, stole the show. Someone I used to know would stay another round. Someone I used to know ran himself in the ground. It's been a long time coming, couldn't keep on running, had to hit rock bottom to know. When you keep on losing with the path you're choosing, there's someone that I used to know. Tears him down, hates himself and loves the crowd. The king pulls a heavy crown, didn't know we almost drowned. Someone I used to know would stay another.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 13, Juan Pena.
Bottom of the 8th inning here in Jersey City. Juan Pena will step to the dish. It'll be Pena, Corsi, and Voss due up. We have a new pitcher for Stockton, number 35, Jocelyn Carino, junior out of Egg Harbor Township. Also went to Egg Harbor Township High School. And first pitch to Pena is ball one. And Pena in the air, deep and foul, splashdown coming. So the last inning started with a solo home run by Schaff. But despite everything, Stockton only able to score twice. They have 16 hits in this game. They've committed 5 errors. 16 hits, 5 errors, and 7 runs. NJCU 12 runs and 12 hits. No errors in this one. And it'll be a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Juan Pena. Pena 3 for 3 today. Bidding for 4 for 4, and he is. So Juan Pena, his average, well, it continues to climb as he puts a single through the right side. The left side, I should say. Juan Pena is going to have to be the NJAC Player of the Week unless somebody else went absolutely nuts. He's hitting, doing the math in my head, probably about 750 or so for the week, with about 7 stolen bases. Pena has a steal in this one. NJCU with 5 as a team. Popped in the air on the 1-0 pitch. Center field, Corsi flying out.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 23, Ricky Voss.
So Ricky Voss will step up with 1 out. He hit his second 2-run homer in 3 games as part of NJCU's 6-run 4th inning. And the Knights, who led 2-0 at that point, pulled away. They led 8-0 before Stockton finally got on the board. There goes Pena. And he is safe. Juan Pena with his 2nd stolen base of the year, or of the game, his 3rd of the day. Again, he's 5th in the country in steals. It's only going to climb when he keeps doing that. His 17th stolen base of the season in game 14 of the season. He is going for the single season record, whether he realizes it or not. That's a ball. And Ricky Voss walks on 4 bases. Or 4 pitches, I should say. 4 pitches. Voss to first. Pena to second. Stays at second after the steal. And Ty Hawkins, who came into the game as a pinch hitter and has remained in as a DH, will have 2 men on as he steps up here for the 2nd time. Hawkins, a 10-pitch at bat, his first time up. Carino gets a pep talk from the Stockton pitching coach. Carino, this is his 2nd appearance in relief this year. He'd thrown just 1 inning coming in. Gave up a run and 2 hits with a walk and no strikeouts during that previous action. Ground ball right back to Carino, who will throw on to third for the force, and that retires Pena. So Hawkins, who was very patient his first time up,
Now batting,
rounds
the
into a
left
fielder's
fielder,
choice.
number
Voss
31,
goes to second,
Polanco.
and Pena retired 1-5.
Running for Ty Hawkins is number 10, Dan McLaughlin.
Carino last pitch, by the way, against Swarthmore. Pinch runner for the Knights will be Dan McLaughlin, replacing Hawkins at first. Hawkins does not run as well as some on the team who DH. That is popped in the air. The pitch to Cologne down the left field line. And it's going to fall in for a base hit. And Ricky Voss never stopped running. And the throw to third is not in time. Stockton tried to race McLaughlin to third. That didn't work out as planned. And that's going to be a bloop double for Leo Cologne.
Now batting, the catcher, number 14, Anthony Palmisano.
So Leo Cologne deposits a bloop double down the left field line, gets an RBI out of it. McLaughlin to third. Voss, who alertly kept running all the way from second. And you know, why not? If it's a foul ball, you just go back. And Palmisano steps up and looks at ball number one. The lead is 13-7 now, as the Gothic Knights answer with a run here in the bottom of the eighth. Looking for their 9th win of the year. 9th in 11 games if this holds up. That's low, it's 2-0. The 2-0 off the plate, 3-0. Palmisano's walked twice in this game. He has scored once. Ground ball. The throw is in time to retire Palmisano on the 5-3 putout as Elrich throws out the Gothic Knight catcher. So NJCU able to get a run in, however, on a bloop double by Leo Cologne. Cologne, McLaughlin both stranded on base. Gothic Knights with a run. Make it 13-7, a run and 2 hits, 2 left on base. Last chance for Stockton coming up. And John Putter out to try to finish it off. So Ryan Guthrie, the new third baseman for the Knights. This is the lone change for NJCU. As John Putter tries to close out a win for Gavin Nyland, it would be his 3rd of the year. Gavin Nyland trying to start his NJSU career with a 3-0 record. Batter here is Cashman. And he is down on strikes.
Now batting the catcher, number 18, Justin Schaff.
So, with one out here in the ninth, it'll bring up Schaff, who had a solo home run his last time up. And that sparked what ended up only being a 2-run inning for Stockton. They left the bases full. Ground ball, Legato charging it. Aggressive throw, Voss in time, out number 2. And the Knights are strike away from win number 9. By the way, that was the 3rd strikeout
Now batting is the shortstop, number 2,
in an inning and
Andrew
2/3 for
Singer.
John Putter. And a pinch hitter here is Demaray, popped in the air to shallow center field on the first pitch he sees, and the ball game comes to a close as Demaray flies out to Nick Legato in center field, and the Ospreys go in order here in the 9th as NJCU wins for the 9th time in 11 games, and they split today's doubleheader against Stockton after losing the opener 1-0 in a pitcher's duel. Game 2 was anything but a 13-7 win for NJCU. 13 runs, 14 hits, and no errors for the Knights. 7 runs, 16 hits, and 5 errors for Stockton. NJCU improves to 9-5 on the year, 1-1 in the league. They've now won 4 of their last 5 games in the previous 5-game stretch, whereas Stockton, they dropped to 13-5 in the year, also 1-1 in the league. Take a look at the final numbers from this one for NJCU. A 6-run 4th inning after a 2-0 lead in the first and the third with single runs in each of those frames. That made it 8-0. Stockton got 2 runs in the 5th. NJCU answered with 3 runs in the 6th. And every time Stockton did score, they put up 3 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th. The Knights countered with at least 1 run to match. They were out hit today 16-14, but they win 13-7. The final numbers: Juan Pena, just simply sensational again. 4 for 4, 3 RBIs, a pair of stolen bases. Tom Pulsini was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Jesse Kraft, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Ricky Voss, a 2-run homer, his 2nd in 3 games. They scored twice as well. And 2 walks for Anthony Palmasano, who was on base quite a bit. Winning pitcher is Gavin Nyland. He is 3-0. Allowed 3 runs and 8 hits with 5 strikeouts and no walks over 90 pitches in 6 2/3 innings. Losing pitcher for Stockton was Sean O'Rourke, the starter, who gave up 5 runs and 6 hits in 3 innings. And for Stockton, Doherty, Perino, Ganella, and Demaray each had 2 hits. So there's your final here in Game 2 in Jersey City as the Gothic Knights victorious 13-7. Our next broadcast on Gothic Vision will be on Tuesday, beginning at 2:55 p.m. It'll be a softball doubleheader as the Gothic Knights take on the Cougars of Kane University in New Jersey Athletic Conference action. For my third base cameraman, Angelo Romano, our PA announcer, Nina Carbonero, and our producer-director today, Jeanine Moseti. I'm Ira Thor. Thanks for watching today's broadcast, our doubleheader of Gothic Night Baseball here on Gothic Vision. Until we talk to you again Tuesday, be well, everybody. Oh, and go Duke.